this is some real deal advice. If you try to plan every little fucking piece down to every last detail, and then you don't do the shit until you feel like you have it absolutely perfect, chances are you'll never fucking do it.
No.
So just fucking do the thing, keep it moving, perfect it as you're doing it, get better and get better until you do exactly the thing that you want, and you're able to produce the thing that you want to produce in the time frame that needs to be produced to do it right the fuck now. But until you could do that, just fucking do the thing. Stage 1 podcast.
Hey.
Here we are.
Buddha.
Stoop to Store, Legacy to Legal. My main man, Jason, LRX. We got Scotty Knox.
What up?
Yeah.
I'm Merc. Here, I'm going to talk a little bit about the cannabis industry and where we're at. We got hot takes all day. We got some new segments we're going to add into the mix today. I'm looking forward to. So, the thing we're going to talk about first is multi-state operators, also known as MSOs, which is I don't know, they love throwing acronyms around like, so now it's like normal
so
to me. I hear that, I've heard all of them, and now like when I hear them, I understand them. But I remember first getting in, I was like,
what the hell?
Like people would say them to me like I was supposed to know them.
Yeah.
What the fuck is an
It
MSO?
just sounds like alphabet soup.
What the fuck is What the fuck is an MSO? All right, well, so MSO is a multi-state operator, and I'm trying not to speak in that way and confuse people because need to explain it. And ROs, which are registered organizations, and that's mainly the bulk of, in New York State anyway, is the bulk of the medical establishment of cannabis. So they've been around for 5 years and they've been operating with the medical dispensaries, processing. They have facilities, they have grows that they have and that they've been doing. And so there's a lot of people talking about what that means for like the equity in the industry now that the MSOs are going to be allowed to come into the picture,
Right, and compete.
So we are going to be where they're going to be converting their medical dispensaries into recreational, and then we have other now the processors and the growers and cultivators who have been doing it for a minute are able to get into the market as wholesalers, but so they're also allowed to be vertically integrated. So
What does that mean?
all right, so there you go. Vertically integrated means that you can grow the weed, and then you can process the weed, and then you can sell the weed. So right now, the way the industry was set up in New York was so that no one could be vertically integrated. So if you're a card recipient,
Well, micros can.
but not in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
That was something that got brought in later. So that wasn't even a license that was offered in the beginning.
What's a micro?
We'll get. Let Merc finish.
So when the card licenses were allowed to have dispensaries, and that's it. But in order to get a card license, you can't be married to someone or related to someone who has like a grow and is going to have or is processing. So that
so your family member can't even.
No.
Okay, I was wondering that.
Yeah, so they make your spouse can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if
I didn't know Julio was gonna have a fucking cannabis company.
Right. So we're not allowed to be vertically integrated in that way. We have to disclose it. So if anyone connected to us family-wise wanted to go and get into cannabis in New York State and apply for a license, they would have to, like Suhei couldn't, like even though the license to the dispensary is in my name, right? Suhei is my wife and partner in this business. She can't now go and apply for a grow license.
Okay.
They won't allow us to be vertically integrated.
Right.
But the medical establishment was already vertically integrated, so that's like grandfathered in. They're not going to take it away.
Sure.
Let them in and and then take that part away. So they have millions of dollars and they're vertically integrated. Go ahead, Scott.
Now, in your opinion, why is the reason they are allowing them into the market all of a sudden? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So there was there's a lot of like rumbling under the behind the scenes about what was happening with, like, let's say, all of the different injunctions all around. So, and I think we've touched on the injunctions in other episodes before, but never really got into anything in very, very much detail. So in the beginning, when the card program first started, right? So there was already a ton of grows happening. And now they're finally going to let the dispensaries come in. So the dispensaries that were only going to be given to New York residents, people who are in New York, running businesses in New York. They're not allowing out-of-state people to come in and open dispensaries and apply for these licenses. So you had some guys in Michigan who didn't like that, and they sued the program for that, and a few municipalities and counties upheld that lawsuit. So you had out in the Finger Lakes, you had in Brooklyn, Westchester County.
Damn, I can smell exactly what strain that is immediately. By the way, they weren't. None of those areas were allowed to open up. Were allowed to grant licenses or open dispensaries. So right out off the rip in the beginning, all of those. So that was a multi-state operator who brought that injunction and sued on behalf of everyone. And he's from Michigan. He wanted to open up. He wanted to be able to get a license right away. Why the fuck are you only giving New Yorkers license? Fuck that. That's bullshit. I disagree with that. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
I think New Yorkers deserve the shit. I think the way they rolled it out and they gave it to people that they fucked.
I thought it was beautiful at first, and
it's
like getting thrown out the window now, and that's why I'm against MSOs.
Right, that's why you're getting against that, because that dude came in and that group came in and said, they're the ops. They are the ops. So then what happened is then that injunction is, gets boils and simmers for a while, and in all of those areas no one can get a license, right? Then people get announced. New York State gave them licenses, but none of them can do anything, can move with it or do anything. So then I think that's been settled, and everybody can open up and get licenses for all of those municipalities. But then you had the veterans sue the other injunction, saying that they only gave criminals the license, and they didn't give any of the other groups. Meanwhile, in the group of criminals that they gave the licenses to, there were several veterans within that group. I fucking talked to them. You know what I'm saying? So like, it wasn't 100% the truth, and it wasn't totally.
It was being politicized.
It was being politicized, but also the rumblings that I heard, and I'm not gonna say whether this was fucking true or whatever. Maybe somebody watches the podcast and has something to say about it. Cool, comment on it. Maybe this shit is a hot take. Fuck it. I heard that the ROs and MSOs were behind that lawsuit, and that it wasn't really the disabled veterans, but they were using disabled veterans as right, as kind of like a proxy, and they were actually pushing so that they would be a judge would declare the card program unconstitutional and open it up for everybody.
Yeah.
So what happened there was, boom, the freeze out happened, which actually ended up benefiting our store. Did it benefit the industry as a whole? No. Right? Because less stores being open means less legal product can make it into the market, less people are in the position to grow their business, less farmers are in a position to sell all their weed, right? And there's and oil and edibles, and there's a surplus of that. They need stores to be open. So did it help the industry for the stores not to open? No. May it have helped our store in the long run? Probably. So I don't know how to feel about it, but I know what I do know is that if it is a distinct possibility that the MSOs and the ROs were behind that injunction, which eventually led to where we are now.
When I said about politics, that's what I was talking about. Like, I didn't want to say it. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it.
I mean, it is what it is. Let's like get it out on the table and talk about what seems to be taking place. So then that is like so I don't know who's behind all of this, and then what who ended up benefiting from it all. So now that injunction gets lifted and everyone can open up, right? So all the backed up stores, the card program, are now starting to open up. We've had a couple in the capital region open up. Shout out to those guys. We got more in the city. We got people popping up all over the place. One in Brooklyn finally after that injunction. We have them in the Finger Lakes and Rochester and all that shit. What should have happened a while ago is now starting to happen. But also, guess who's allowed in? The MSOs, mind you, when the card program first started, were supposed to not be allowed in for 5 years. That was part of the MRTA. So the MSOs were locked out. They were going to have to stay medical. But what happened was the medical program
fell on its face. Yeah.
So there's like thousands of medical patients that not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. There's just thousands. So
shout out to Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan stay in the med shop.
Yeah. So they're not doing well, the medical dispensary people. And I don't know if they could have sustained for 5 years, right? But we'll never know now, will we? Because now, guess who gets to come to dinner because of that injunction? The MSOs and the ROs, right?
Slithered their way up in there.
They're right up in there. They're right up in there. So
fucking snakes.
Now we're gonna have a couple of them probably opening up soon. They're already medical. They're gonna turn to rec. So, but none of they don't hold a candle to what we're doing. So it's all good. But they are gonna be still held to the same standards that we are in terms of advertising and being kind of held back from really being able to go out there and freely do shit.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
But they also will have that restriction. So, but what they won't have is the restriction on whether they can be vertically integrated, right? So that vertical integration piece, I will say though, I did get samples of flour from a wholesaler from an MSO today.
Yeah.
Scott, what'd you think? Were you impressed?
No, not really.
Not really.
No,
be honest.
No, I was not at all.
Okay,
no,
thank you. Listen, because the thing is that I did talk to the wholesaler,
especially for indoor.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just
and she asked me for an honest opinion, and I said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll give you an honest opinion. We're not going to pull punches. That's not how we get down. So if you need to if you're trying to bring some shit to market that's not going to work at the market at the price that you want to bring it to, And the only reason I accepted any of the flour from this MSO is because I have a friend who lives around here. They have a fucking processing plant in the area, and he worked there, and he's worked there for 6 years. So he's been employed. I always thought he was the coolest dude because he's employed in cannabis, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm in cannabis myself, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker works for the MSO.
We got to get him out of there, man.
He's cool as shit though. He is cool as shit. I can't take nothing away from him. But so the reason why the wholesaler is even able to get into the shop and talk to us is because of him. And so then I let her send some stuff over. They're all pumped. They're excited. It fucking came and dropped it off, and They have
the price is right.
Yeah, we'll see what the price is. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about that. I haven't talked to, but that's what. But this MSO won't be able to open a dispensary around here. So like they're right. So now that's weird, right? Because there's a flip side to that coin of these evil motherfuckers, right? But the reality of the situation is that they have they can only open 3 dispensaries in the state too, but they are vertically integrated, and they have these processing plants and these grow operations, and they're processing and growing too much more than they can handle. So then they can, if they do a good enough job at doing all that, they can sell their surplus to other dispensaries, because why not? That's how this market's working. It's fucking capitalism.
Right, for sure.
They don't have any dispensaries that can open around here. They already have their 3. None of them are in the capital region. However, they do have a processing plant in the capital region.
Okay. So what does that mean?
It just means that they employ hundreds of local workers.
Okay.
So they're in our community.
Okay.
So then they want to put product in our shop so that their employees can buy their product locally. So right now they're only able to be in a medical dispensary locally. That's not their medical dispensary, mind you. It's another one, because there's only a few medical dispensaries and grow ops in the state at all anyway. There's only a couple of them, and they all work with each other, right?
Okay.
So like sell each other's shit, or else they'd only be able to sell their own shit. They need variety too, just like everybody. How many brands do we have? If you want to keep people coming back, you better have some variety.
And how many of these brands are kind of like intertwined with each other? You know?
Right. So exactly. So they want to, I don't know. So it's just a weird dichotomy. Good sales pitch, I'll say. Hey, we're in your community. We can't be your competitor, but we processed here, and our employees live there, and they want to shop in your store, and they would like to be able to buy our product. And I shop in your store. I love your store. This guy shops in your store. He loves your store. We think you're a great partner. Whatever. So it's like it's a
Hey.
But also it's like, am I selling Amazon's Walmart's weed and my shit? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That part, right? You know what I mean? It's like, it's tough though. But they do have a 2 gram cart. Nobody else has a 2 gram cart. They're bringing other products to the market that nobody else has. They got this other gummy that's like a time release gummy.
Right.
So it's like you take it with a nano, and so it hits you right away, and then it keeps going throughout the day. That was how he sold it to me. Now, if that shit works, I take the samples and that shit works, that's a fucking product that I could sell 2 packs of gummies every fucking time, right? So I don't know. Then it's like,
it makes sense.
It's fucking
business-wise.
right. There's am I trying to leave money on the table? So it's very it's a fucking hard ass
decision.
Decision. But also do I want to sell Walmart's weed? I don't know.
The Great Value brand.
All right. That brings me to let's bring it back to Jay's question, which was what are micros? Scott, if you want to talk a little bit about that, because I know you've looked into that a little bit, right?
The simplest way to put it would be I like to compare it to like microbreweries and craft breweries, like a smaller cannabis company, it's not a big farm, it's something on a smaller scale. It's made so people that don't have millions can get in the industry.
So it's limited to 3,500 square feet.
Is that the number?
Indoor. Yeah.
I didn't know off the top, so I didn't want to just spew
one out. But it's 3,500
square
square foot unlimited lights. So if you were to say buy, and now they have these growing rigs that are tiered, and the higher the ceiling, you could grow up to 3 tiers and fully lit, because unlimited lights, you could do 10,000 square feet that. You know what I'm saying? And then you're now you're cooking. You know what I mean? You're growing a lot of weed, and that could support a dispensary, and then you're allowed as a micro to sell your own, to
Like
not only package your own weed, but to retail it as well.
Yeah, do your own store.
Do your own store.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is a limited thing in that, like, to just that license.
Right.
So there's, I think, a total of 9 license types. So there's like just the growing, cultivating license, and then there's the processing license.
There's a delivery license too,
There's
isn't
a
there?
delivery license.
Did you have to get that too? Did that come
No, it
packaged
comes
in?
with the card license.
Cool,
The card
cool.
license is one. There's the
And is that
there's
consumption
the
lounge
consumption as a
comes with it
consumption
too?
license. Yeah, but that comes with the card. But that's also a separate license.
Mm-hmm.
There's a distribution license, which hasn't really come to fruition yet. But it's when eventually all of the brands will be sold to the dispensaries through one distributor, much like a beverage. It is in the beverage industry. Then there's the retail, and then there's the micro, and then I'm probably missing one or two.
Now, does that really suck for small growers though?
The micros?
The distributors.
Oh, the distributor? Yeah, I would say that would suck because it's going to cut into their pie a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Because they're gonna go to a lot of dispensaries. Like, no, we fuck with the distributor. You know.
Yeah,
But
like, well,
are you still gonna hear people out when they come in? Like.
yeah,
Of course, right?
and yeah, and like, you know, there's like, I think there's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be a requirement. That's the thing. Like,
Gotcha.
you may not be able to.
Yeah, they wanted it to be a requirement in the beginning.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that may still be the case. They may actually.
This is like a grace period right now.
Yeah, but it's a grace period right now.
Gotcha.
Like there was a grace period where we were only supposed to be able to buy, originally only supposed to be able to buy from the processors, and not even talk to the growers. We weren't even supposed to be able to buy directly from the growers. So they extended that shit out mad far. So that was supposed to be limited. That's still limited. Us being able to buy directly from the growers is like on a limited basis. That's not like permanent. So when things change, we'll see. This is how it is in other markets. You know,
What type of direct growers are we dealing with right now?
like
Everyone.
well, back
Everyone?
home, I'd say like back home farms,
Home,
Peregrine, Toke.
Revert?
Now Revert is they're like a processor too. Like Revert is their brand,
Oh, I
they're
didn't know that.
growers, but they're like Homestead. And they have like a few other brands, like a bunch of brands that are like edibles and all that shit that are that they bring in that are under their shit.
Eaton?
80K.
Eaton, yeah.
What about 80K?
80K, yeah. They're growers. They're not. I don't think they have processing license.
What about Hudson?
Hudson's a processor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hudson's a processor.
Figured as much.
Yeah. So there's some that. So yeah, some of the growers may end up having to work with processors or get processing licenses on their own. I think some of them have minimal, like the ones. So I guess all the ones that we named have like a minimal processing license that allows them to bag their own shit up. Because there's a bunch of growers that can't even bag their own shit up. They send it out to get bagged up, you know.
What about Nanocoke?
Yeah, Nanocoke's got he's a processor too, yeah.
Flower House?
Flower House is a processor too, I think.
Flower House killing it though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're focused on their grows though. They're not focused on all the other shit. That's their thing. Like, I think they have the processing license and they could be doing more than they're doing, but they're just focused on flower, which is commendable.
That is dope.
Yeah, I dig it.
And they're growing good shit. They really are. They're on
Earning that
point.
name Flower House.
Yeah, for real. Fuck with that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Drinking on that
That
heirloom
heirloom
vanilla cola.
vanilla cola.
Tasting
That shit is delicious.
almost exactly like a vanilla Coke.
They hit it for sure.
What's the so what would the staff pick of the week be this week?
Mine would be Cherry Garcia from Ithaca Organics. Yep.
Yeah.
And the cherry terps are just so strong. It's
and paired nice. It'll pair nice with that that Grateful Dead dry herb vape, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or the fucking gravity bomb.
Yeah, for
if you
sure.
want to go hard.
The cherry terps are so strong on that, and smells and tastes just like it smells, and it's great.
Sick.
Definitely. So balanced hybrid too. So if you're into sativa, you're into indica, you can settle on that. You know, it's easy to when something's 50-50. It's easy to sell it to somebody, in my opinion.
No, definitely, hell yeah.
How about you, Jay?
Mine's gonna be that Tikal.
That's a cow.
Yeah, man.
Jones,
Yeah, the Love Jones.
You know I'm a sativa guy too, but that Love Jones, man.
That's the one, man. That's the tastiest strain in the New York market, in my opinion.
In Europe, right? Yeah, the terpiest, tastiest strain is that.
Can we say what it is?
That's the.
Well, we'll just say the lineage. It's wedding cake and sunset sherbet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
And the high is nice too.
Yeah,
because it is an indica, like it is gonna eventually get you like tired. Yeah. But before that happens, you get like a nice. It feels like a sativa, low key, but then it just like out of nowhere, it's just like, it's time to go.
I am smoking on a private pack right now from the Revert indoor grow. That's not in the market yet, but it's some Gary Payton, and it's fucking bomb. So shout out to what those boys are doing.
What was the one we smoked, Jay?
The Cap Junkie.
Cap Junkie. That was
what they're bringing. They're bringing the fire to the market. It's coming. So just they got the new strains that they just of the sun grown that they just brought to market, but they got the indoor coming, so we're
for sure.
And that shit, the new strains of the sun grown flying off the shelves too, right?
They're all sold out already.
All sold out.
The pineapple
those are gone in days. Yeah.
The cat piss, the motherfucking Baby Yoda.
And Baby Yoda.
It was all growing, Jack.
Just be moving. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
They get gone for sure.
So, I mean, that's it. We got new shit all the time in the store.
Got the new strains too. Grand Champagne.
Yeah,
they had that little wave of like some craziness that just came and went. They had that
the divorce cake,
and then the kombucha cream.
There was a limited run of both of those. Of those. Yeah,
nice. I'm glad I got to try them. It was nice.
Yeah, that was limited.
Yeah.
People was fucking with the kombucha.
Yeah, man, that shit was smooth.
That shit was smooth for sure.
I think that's the best bargain flour out there.
Yeah, the kombucha cream. Yeah. Just Paragon Toke in general. Best bargain flour for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of that price, like that price point is killing it. Low key. Like, there's not really much without that. I'll be like, nah. I'll at least try it.
For the record, we knew that price point was important to the community that we serve, so we wanted to make sure that there was flour that was good in that price point. And we talked to the growers who all understood that was a necessity, and they all came through and made sure that the community that we serve had great flour at great prices. So I just want to round of applause for our fucking growers out here making sure. Love them.
Big facts.
For bringing the fucking best shit to our people at the right price.
Definitely.
And we share that. We're not out here trying to fucking get the discount and then gouging people. We're passing that along to our customers to make sure that everybody, feels it, and our farmers are a big part of that. So I just gotta make sure we show them love.
Yeah, that's a big fact.
Big fact. Cool. All right. Well, next segment, which is new, which I'm super excited about, and we're gonna keep it going for the week. And I sprung it on Scotty today. I told him we're gonna do it. He didn't even know we're gonna do it.
No,
But you know what?
He's
didn't
prepared.
Fucking disappoint.
He's prepared.
Did he? No.
It was all
didn't
right.
disappoint.
I came late.
He came correct.
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
I came light as fuck.
Yeah, he says he came late. That's what I'm talking about. But the shit is always impressive, and I'm just gonna ask him to pull him out, put him on the fucking table. We're gonna do it. This is how we're gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna. Yeah, the sweater's crazy.
With the
sweater. The sweater's crazy because they gotta see it. Yeah.
These.
Look at the laces. Look at the laces, though. Come on, son.
I swear on everything, he had no idea.
He had no idea that I was gonna do it. Nope, nah.
All right, so it's kind of fitting though that I'm wearing Jordan 8s because I'm a rare one that, in the sense that Jordan 8 is my favorite Jordan. Not many people, the Jordan 8's their favorite. People
Right.
The Jordan 11, the Jordan 4, the Jordan 1, the Jordan 3. That's the popular ones. I've never met another soul except one person in the dispensary actually. Only other person I ever met that said their favorite was the 8.
The 8.
So I have like 37 pairs of 8s. Yeah, this is one of 37 pairs of 8s I got.
So chances are, if I was to like spring it on you, you'd be wearing a pair of 8s. Like
no, I don't even wear them that much.
Nah,
it's weird. Like
he could.
I could. Like statistically,
I could go a whole month and not repeat the 8.
Now that he knows that we're doing this, it could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit him like that.
I'm gonna start coming heavy. I'm gonna start coming awkward too. I'm gonna come with some weird shit.
All right.
I'm gonna come with some obscure shit.
Yeah, because Scotty.
I've been doing this a long time. It's not just about Jordans with me. It's obviously I'm into dunks too and stuff. But no, I love 90s basketball, even like 90s Reebok basketball.
Yeah.
More than obscure Nike basketball shit, and like I'm just into a lot of shit.
So it's time to let everyone know out here that we're gonna be featuring Scotty's kicks, because he, no matter what, comes correct every fucking day of the week. You pull up to the dispensary and peep his kicks if you're onto sneakers, which I know a lot of people are sneakerhead. I'm a sneakerhead. I'm not.
Can we talk about your shoes today?
No, we can talk about today's shoes. We can talk about today's shoes. I don't want to make my shoes a thing. Normally, your shoes, yes, but just for today, because it was like I got a nice gift heavy from wifey lately, and I did come heavy. So now I pull mine out.
You got it.
Hey, hit him with it.
Which
you got the Fendis.
They're like the Fendi skate kicks.
They're essentially a Fendi dunk.
A Fendi dunk, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful sneakers. I love them. I'm gonna wear them out. Scotty said he would skate the shit out of them.
Skate them.
I don't know if I can skate them. I don't know. Maybe I will.
My skate shoe of choice is the Jordan 3, believe it or not.
The Jordan 3?
I skate in the Jordan 3, yeah. Skating Jordan 3s, yeah. Love them.
That's
I skate other shit too. I love the Andre Agassi.
I remember those.
The Air Tech Challenge too. Fucking love skating in that shoe. Love it. And we're gonna do some snowboarding this winter, right? Yeah,
we were supposed to do that Monday, but it rained.
Well, also not only it rained, Yuhan isn't feeling best about his back. He had the surgery last year.
That's right.
So, we can still go whenever.
Yeah, let's do it.
Monday the best for you, obviously too, right?
Sure.
Probably.
It's all the same. Fuck it. At this point nowadays, staff is killing it. Everybody's crushing it. I just pull up.
It's on autopilot.
It's on autopilot. I just pull up because it's fun.
They were.
Say what up to everybody. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'll sit at my desk and do some work, but most of the work.
It's such a shift though from the first 2 months, dude. It's crazy. Did you think you'd be at this point this quick? Like,
you know what? I envisioned its possibility. There you go. I envisioned the possibility. I did say 6 months, but I didn't. I don't know if I necessarily believed it, but it did. Man, no, it was fucking. It's amazing to get there this quick. It's fucking. And now like I said, I come in. I can do a lot of the work that I need to do from home. It's wild because it's everybody that is in the store knows what they need to do in the store. Mm-hmm. And there's too many things to do in the store for me to fucking have. For me to really do any of it, because at any given moment everything needs to be done. So we need to have people in place to do it all if we're going to properly run it, and we do, and everybody's so good at what they do. It's
it's crazy.
It's fucking great.
Love my team.
Love the team.
Yeah,
the team
man.
is amazing. It's amazing.
It's special.
It's amazing.
Super special.
It's amazing.
Super special. Yeah,
we definitely figured out the formula. And we figured how to work with each other. And we figured out what needs to be done. Like you said, everybody knows what their role is, and they play it well.
That brings me to this other thing I was thinking about. That's taking over the world is fucking AI, right? where do you think AI fits into cannabis? Like, does it? And I feel like it like, all right, so there's these dispensaries. We have like a kiosk where you could go and order. That's kind of AI, but isn't like a human? Isn't the human element
more like a controller
necessary though? You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Isn't it necessary? Like what? Like AI can't smoke the bud and tell you
definitely
the effects. You could have a different effect from you,
right?
And it's, I don't know.
Right.
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Everyone is no doubt affected differently by every strain, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, but like AI can't predict that shit, right? What do you think?
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Maybe not right now.
So where do you think that it will fit into cannabis? If you had any predictions for the future of where AI will
I wish
fit
I could have pondered this question all day.
I know.
Damn.
Because honestly,
you go first, Jay.
Me? I would say like, I'm gonna just freestyle it because I ain't even got nothing coming up, but I'm gonna just try to use my AI in my head and see what the fuck. But like, it could just be on some like, I don't think it's ever gonna grow the weed. You know what I mean? But maybe what if they do some shit like that? If they put it to where they don't need any people, and somebody
to grow the weed.
Somebody creates this machine that can just like start building a whole, like the whole grow.
Well, can like sense the pH in the soil and dose whatever the nutrients properly based off of what, like, I mean, I think that is probably where
something
AI
that might end up happening.
Could really fit into cannabis, is in the grow ops where it's doing the math necessary to feed the plant and in terms of light and nutrients, right? I feel like AI could figure that shit out.
You know
I
what
think
I mean?
even in like breeding, it could help. Like it could create like theoretical terp profiles and stuff. And you could create like, even if you wanted to test that out, you could like recreate that terpene synthetically and say like, oh, this is what this would taste like if we did this, or things like that. Simulate crosses, and simulate whole grows and like
simulate whole grows and what and predict and like make kind of predictions of weather patterns and shit like that. You could use AI. You could use. I'm telling you, it really comes down to a lot of the grow shit. I feel like the sales of weed, like, I don't know.
Here's what I'm thinking. What if they
people? It's person to person. Is
what if they end up doing having a way where they can like take a picture of weed and then determine all the stats of it, THC percentages and terpenes and cannabinoids and all that shit, just by looking at it,
by the image of it, and
you know what I mean?
Right,
or even
is there like a database enough for AI to pull from that's real? Or is it like just
right
fucking
now?
Fuck no, right? It's just Leafly and like weed maps and shit,
dude,
right?
and like,
you
can't like, go off that shit.
Well, not necessarily though,
like,
because it would probably still include all of the information of all the studies that have been done.
Oh, that's true. Marijuana. That's true. All like the Cannabis Cooperative Extension, the Cornell Cooperative Extension cannabis shit, and all the different studies that they're doing, and probably
started rapping.
That's probably
what?
You did, right?
That was alliteration like a motherfucker, yo.
It's probably the
cannabis correction in the collection of cannabis in the
on some cannabis shit.
Hey,
cannabis. Hey, I remember, that era was crazy. The cannabis era, like that was cannabis as a rapper really defines an era of rap, right? Like he was only around for that one period of time, but it was like all the mixtapes had like Cannabis, Nori, DMX.
It was very 1998.
Yeah, that shit was like, and then
LL Cool J happened.
I was gonna say, what happened? Because he like
LL happened, and it's kind of crazy. It kind of reminded me. I mean, Push didn't go into obscurity like Cannabis did, but it reminded me of the Drake situation when like Push absolutely murdered this dude. Yeah. Just like Cannabis murdered LL with second round knockout. Yeah. And nobody gave a fuck. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't fucking matter.
Like hit him with a knockout blow. And the motherfucker had the strongest chin. Like,
just standing there and looking at you.
He just had too much power.
Right.
Just like Drake did. He had too much fucking power for that shit to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
And that's what LL was at that time. Yeah. That was like the very last of LL having
that much power.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Well, you know, he's like an actor, and now he's like once you cross over into like legitimate acting, it's a different kind of money.
Method Man.
Those motherfuckers.
I thought you were gonna say like the music, like like they fall off or something. I was gonna say Method Man's like as sharp as he's ever been.
He's as sharp as he's ever. It's crazy. Once you get into that,
not saying the songs
it's just a different kind of money,
but it's sharp as it's ever been.
It doesn't mean that you lose your skill. It just means you may lose your hunger. You know,
that's exactly right.
You know, and so if you lose that, but some people will never lose that hunger because it's just what they do. It's what they love.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what.
He hasn't cursed in his raps in like a decade. You know that?
Who?
Method Man.
Method Man?
He hasn't cursed in like a decade. Jizz hasn't cursed in like fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, Meth hasn't cursed in like a decade.
Wow.
And, listen to all his new shit. He does not fucking curse in it. As I'm cursing my ass off.
He does not motherfucking cursing that fucking shit. But you know what the fuck
I say fuck a lot. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of rapping, since we did it last time, we'll just do it again. We're gonna have Jay spit another acapella.
Let's do it. It's gonna be.
We should start doing it like Flex though. We would bring a beat in. We had that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was so we got the high quality beat, do like Flex freestyle shit. Like we all have headphones for that part, you know. Like
I was definitely thinking about that.
We should do that.
I was watching it, and I was like, "Yo, we gotta step our shit up."
Yeah, let's step this shit up.
But hey, you know what? We will. It's cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing.
Gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere. If you
just
try
like
to
the
plan every little
we're winging
piece,
this shit.
That's right. If you try to listen, this is some real deal advice. If you try to plan every little fucking piece down to every last detail, and then you don't do the shit until you feel like you have it absolutely perfect, chances are you'll never fucking do it.
No.
So just fucking do the thing, keep it moving, perfect it as you're doing it, get better and get better until you do exactly the thing that you want, and you're able to produce the thing that you want to produce in the time frame that needs to be produced to do it right the fuck now. But until you could do that, just fucking do the thing.
Church.
Do it.
Just fucking do it. Jay, spit some shit, man.
All right. This is it, isn't it? It's been a minute since I've been up in it. I feel like an Indian, cause I'm just returning to my homeland and they call me an immigrant. You see, when hip-hop originated, it was started by lyricists. Then it was infiltrated and invaded by gimmicks and images. Now do you see where I'm going with this? The industry, the one running the ships. I'm breaking free from the chains and the whips. They getting rich off of brainwashing the people, enslaving the minds of the kids, raping the culture. And you didn't know by the time you were grown up that you were a puppet. They say ignorance is bliss. Well, I say ignorance is ignorance. Raising my fist, raising awareness and raising a generation with a gift. Lyrical elevation when I spit. Give them an education. My determination with determinations on the strength. Running the game straight off a cliff. This is the evolution of a kid who just wanted to rap and wanted to live. Now I just want to inspire the world and get me the girl who I reminisce. My Buddha queen. Yes, I'm a fiend, but I'm chilling. I know where to be if it's meant to. So until then, I'm just keeping it simple, working and killing these instrumentals. Play that. Yeah, J-Back. This is that 11th grade rap. That hobby to a hustle, bitch. I'm about to bring the braids back. That's for my day ones who know me as J-Son, Gabriel, D Shields, where the lyrics came from. My first rap was a poem for a crush. I ain't thinking about it now, but I'll always be in love with this music. Buddha.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Killed it, Jack.
Good looking out, Jack.
King Jack.
Buddha.
Shout out Yuhan.
Word up.
Shout out you, huh?
That's that Thrillmatic. That's from when we first got started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's what brought us together.
That is.
Shout out Brock.
Shout out Brock.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Brought me to the studio, Foster House. Shout out Foster House.
Foster House.
That was an era.
Yeah, That Thrillmatic joint is crazy.
We gonna taste that joint.
That. We gotta talk about. So we're speaking of Foster House because let's talk about some. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. That's the thing I need you to grab for me. Thank you, sir. We're gonna talk about some Foster House shit. So we'll talk. Jay Lyrics has been working with me at Foster House Studios for many years, and one of the first project that we did together was called Thrillmatic, and it was a brilliant idea where we brought together Thriller and Illmatic, and really check it out. It's really amazing.
Definitely. Good looking up.
Right now, something that Foster House put out and is very proud of and is a big part of making was Camtron's records, and he put out a shout out to Camtron 5000.
Hey, Cam.
Right now he's a delivery driver at Foster House. I mean at Stage One.
At Foster House. He delivers that shit to your ears.
Bars, bro. He delivers that fire at Foster House, but he might deliver you some weed at Stage One. He also has recently come out with this comic book, Fifth Kind, that actually has me. That's supposed to be me. That jawline. I don't know the artist. I don't think
a real fucking comic book.
Fucking tough,
like a real comic book.
A real comic book.
That's insane.
It's like the pages really. I mean, shit is.
He blew my mind.
Check it out.
Shit is tough.
It's amazing.
It's literally a fucking comic book, Jack.
It's a real deal.
We should have copies in the dispensary.
We cooked up this idea in the studio.
Really
like
should.
In between recording songs and working on tracks, like so the whole album I produced and Cam spit on, and we really co-made the whole thing together and came up with this concept for this comic book. And again, like having these ideas was one thing, and that because you plan it out and you over plan it and you don't end up ever doing it. But I commend this motherfucker because one of those high ass ideas that we talked about, this dude did that shit, right? Yeah. And you could tell that I I'm in the shit. Like shit's crazy. Hold on, I want to show just the one part. This is before we came up with this idea before the dispensary, long before the dispensary was even an idea. So to see this come to fruition but I just love the part in the comic book where I'm sitting in my studio and I'm doing something that is just so, where is it? Like indicative of my life now. And I am smoking mad weed, just mad high in a Wu-Tang t-shirt, making music, smoking weed. So Cam thought of me, and he thought of that. What does this guy like to do? He likes to smoke weed.
Listen to Wu-Tang.
Listen to Wu-Tang. I didn't have a dispensary yet. I just had a studio. So, but yeah, check this shit out. The Fifth Kind. Saga Camtron 5000. It's basically the story of how Cam, the rapper, has been possessed by an alien life force and is now an alien rapper.
And it makes sense.
And that's why he's so ill and crazy with it. And crazy with it because he's a fucking alien. So check it out. Shit
shit is amazing, man.
Yeah.
That shit is amazing.
Shout out Camtron.
Shout out Camtron 5000.
For real.
Shout out Foster House.
Yes.
Which soon come. Foster House, for those that don't know, is the name of my studio, but also became the name of the group of Jay, Cam, and I.
Yep.
We put out a couple of records so far. We got a video.
Hell yeah. Couple videos.
We got another video in the cut. Some dope videos. We got one.
Some really good videos.
One in the cut that we're getting ready to release really soon.
Yeah, gotta
go. Yeah, so shit's not shit's not a game. We're still doing this shit.
Yep, I got composition coming soon too.
Yeah.
I heard that shit.
Yeah, shit is fire.
Yeah, man. We got some shit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start. I promise I'm gonna start dropping some new music too, and maybe one of these times I won't just let Jay be the only one to spit a verse.
Exactly.
I'll spit a verse.
I'm gonna give y'all one too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
See?
Oh yeah.
And see, it's just gonna get better and better. Keep watching.
Yeah.
This ain't it.
Stage 1, baby.
Stage 1, baby. On
We
stage,
out.
Stage 2. Peace.
I be on that OG, fire by the OG, piling up the roaches, got me feeling rosy, higher than the northeast, my shit ain't got no seats, I be on the green like